It's indeed our pleasure to have Surendran Ethiraj with us. He's a gem of a person. He, in fact, won our GTR 2020 as our best speaker sometime way back in 2017, I guess, or 16.
Correct.
Yeah,
So 17.
and he has represented India and his organization in CellConf, which is the Selenium Testing Conference, and many other conferences. So he's an international star, and obviously it is a big thing for us to have him back as our esteemed speaker. He is a techie, he is a tester. He has done so many automation work, cutting edge work. I saw his video on LinkedIn where he was trying to automate chatbots or using something like that. I think wonderful work. And other than that, I think he has done probably one of the most cutting edge work. So our pleasure to have him as our esteemed speaker for the fifth edition of our GTR 2020. Welcome, Surendran. How are you?
Thank you. Thanks, Aditya. It is indeed a pleasure to come and speak for you and the ATR GTR conference. Back to back to 2017, remembering 2017. It all started with you guys. So fond memories.
Welcome back. So, Surendran, it would be great for our audience to know a little bit more about you and then also the topic that this time you're going to speak for
Sure.
GTR 2020.
Sure. Uh, Hi all, this is Surendran. As Aditya said, I'm a little bit passionate about testing. I like to do being started with a tester, so having some development interest. So, but I'm still a tester, so I enjoy doing testing, and that is a passion for me, and that passion has driven. To an extent where I wanted to present outside myself, whatever the small things which I'm trying to do within the organization, and I'm right now working in Blue Conch Technologies, earlier it called Expansion, and we have rebranded ourselves as Blue Conch Technologies. Very much helpful company for me to just explore few more stuff. Right now, I'm a senior technical architect there, heading the innovation practice lab, trying to do things little bit to an extent, a little bit innovative on cutting edge technologies, trying to work on few aspects in testing and improve the quality with the shift left mindset. So that's been my aspiration, and I'm still uh, moving on with that. So that's a brief about myself.
Yeah, great. I think you guys have realized that he is heading the innovation practice, speaks a volume about what he can do and what he's doing. We have seen him up close, and I'm sure that his topic would be also wonderful. So, Surendran, can you speak a little bit about what you're going to share your knowledge with the audience this time and the community in
Sure.
general?
Sure. With pleasure, Aditya. I'm going to speak about doing in a shift left with AI ML mindset. So it's a topic where you start thinking, like when you talk about testing, we talk about a lot of data. It could be your development data or your testing data or your test data, whatnot. Like where and we get a lot of information about our earlier results, but we never take care of what to do with those results. We try to do functional testing and then move on further. AI/ML brings up, gives us an opportunity for us to basically, look at back what we have done. It's just not only with one particular project. If we take in a complete organization itself, let me just answer this in a most simpler way. Let's say that I have 10 test cases. I have run my 10 test cases three times, and out of which the one particular or two particular functionalities failing two to three times. What is your preference when you go for a third time execution? You'll go and verify that where the changes happened in that particular functionality or for that particular page, right? So what if it is happening for 100 pages? What if it is 100 test cases or 1,000 test cases? Now we are talking in huge numbers when it comes to regression testing. And the biggest problem area which I find is, being an automation engineer myself, the time we take to basically analyze and classify our defects, and the same time to know what is my next functionality is going to likely to break. So that was the thought process which came in. This will definitely help us, bringing the CI angle, in a very, kind of, we are going towards AI ops, right? Where, with the developer check-in, We ensure that we wanted to test that particular functionality first, right? These kind of thought processes already started going around. So this is a step towards that. We wanted to bring in the AI/ML by doing an auto-regressive way of your earlier test execution results as well as defects classifications you have. And that will help us out do classify our defects, whether it's a product bug, or it could be a potential product bug, or it could be an automation script, or add a network lag to it, network latency to that, which will give you whether it's a network issue which is actually caused your test case to falter, or the system went down in between, these kind of very generic issues we get. But the thing is, we don't realize, when we start digging in for the 1,000 test cases, understanding these concepts right in the beginning, it's going to take 1 or 2 hours of 3 hours of effort, and one or two associates going to be in that, and then putting their heads down and breaking what exactly got failed. We wanted to bring in all those angles, and that's where AI/ML helps us out here. Autoregressive model helps us out by giving various coefficients. So we have three coefficients here. One is your past execution test summary, execution test results, and the next is your Git check-ins, whatever you're doing in your stuff. And whenever there's a change in the page or a change in your POM object, you automatically reflect that these other objects are changed. So that's an indication that it could be a potential change. And the last one is your network, which from where your server is running. So these three coefficients will help us to understand it's an automation defect. At the same time, it isn't any change in the application which actually caused an issue, right? And that will, and also prioritizing, it will help us to prioritize, where exactly the issues are, and which one should I take first, and etc. So, and at the end, there's a predictive model which will help you that next time when I'm running, so which functionality I'm expecting it to fail the most. So this is exactly AI/ML, guys. That's something which you have not done. It's been part and parcel of our testing. This has been something which is a process we are doing. It's just that I've brought in a model to ensure that we do this without any delay, which will reduce every time your execution almost 1 or 2 hours minimum to start with.
Amazing. So, actually, I think this would be very, very interesting. I could sense that you actually talked about the entire gist right away, which is very nice. I don't want to take the thunder out right away by asking all the difficult questions now, but I'm sure that this would be amazing session, guys. Don't miss it. And we will take our discussion at Chit Chat little differently now. I hope that you are interested by the topic now. So for now, let us understand what makes Surendran basically so passionate and what basically inspires him. So Surendran, can you talk about what keeps you going and what makes you get going in the current set of things? What is your success mantras, etc.?
No, I'm not gone to that level, but I enjoy, it's a passion, nothing else, Aditya, that drives me. And, few seniors of mine, who has helped me to, get started with this. So they just told me that, whenever you see something new, try to see, where it can be employed in your way of testing, or, it could be anything. It could be your development. So ultimately right now I'm developing my own products, but doesn't mean that, if you're even a developer, you should have a testing mindset. So that has been, registered with me by my, by my seniors actually. So who are, there are many people. So they helped me to understand that, and they asked me to work on the same. And technology is so fast nowadays. So whenever I see a new technology, something else comes up. So by the time I get to understand what the technology, something comes up. So that makes me more curious to know how I can improve further, how I can reduce my cycle. So that is what is happening.
Yeah, very true. I think that is a great passion. And the other side is that look at our audience. Basically, we are scared by the so fast changing technology. At the same time, it is the one which is actually exciting you. So it would be amazing to see how things happen. And one quick question that I want to ask is that the technology is obviously changing so fast. You are obviously talking about that, and the entire testing parlance has also changed. So
Right.
what is it that tester of today should go for? What exactly is the tester's future in your opinion?
uh, Rather than me quoting it, like I just read a blog from Tariq King. If you must be aware of Tariq King, he's the he's the AIML expert in testing. He's bringing the AIML concepts in testing. I follow him. uh, so he's saying that you need to do development. There is going to be machines going to replace you. People are thinking in terms of AI ops, right? There is a lot of runtime dashboards and giving some meaningful results, and everything is going towards shift left. That's what I see. And of course shift right has already started with production bugs and everything has gone already shifted. So I see testers role enhanced. That's what I see. I mean, I don't see as a job, frankly speaking, I don't see as a job threat here. Rather, I would say like it's a opportunity where you are actually leveraging in hand with your developer. There is no, for me there is no difference between a tester and developer. He's also part of the process, and so are you. And how you enhance that development in terms of quality is up to you. So you play a more critical role there. So these technologies actually help us out. And I see testers going speaking in terms of some more than developer language very soon. That's what I see, and I think that trend has already started. And in near future, I really see AI ops capturing the market a lot. Already there are companies like Tech Mahindra who has invested on BMC to work on AI ops, and there are certain AI ops based companies itself that started coming in. There are bigger companies who are putting their efforts on. So if I see what is AI ops, nothing, it's extension of your DevOps. So if you understand what they are doing, and if your basics are right, you should be able to grab it as an opportunity. Disruption will be already there. Disruption gives you two things. So I see the opportunity in the disruption.
Very true. I think you have summed it right, and I am sure that a lot of people would basically go towards this angle. I am going to talk to you separately on how can we pick up AI, ML, and AI ops, but that is for the some other probably discussion. For now, we just want to also hear about your other side. So obviously, technology is one. Your passion is about learning new things, picking up new technology for that matter. Now, do you have other side of things where you enjoy? Like, for example, do you cook or do you play sports, or what exactly keeps you going other than the technology?
I think cricket is something very close to me, and that's been there for many people. So cricket is very passionate to me. I play the sport with a lot of passion, so that all our stress and everything gets relieved if if I play even a gully cricket with my friends. Just enjoy the game and
Yeah.
stuff. Similarly, I like to play table tennis, badminton. That also keeps me motivated. Sports actually exuberates, your stress out. It cancels my stress. It start makes me enjoy my work. So that's these are the major stuff. Actually, I enjoy work because I have a good time outside as well.
Yeah, no, I agree because I think cricket and obviously sports and food basically connect a lot of Indians
Food,
as well.
yes, food, and of course I have my kids with me, so I enjoy with in spending time with them as well.
Okay, very nice. So one probably last question. I know that you are right now working in Pune, right?
Yeah.
But your
Yes.
hometown, which place in India do you belong to? And is there something special about that hometown that you want to share with the audience?
I'm from Chennai, so Chennai right now, you can equate to CSK. So being in cricket lover, so
Yeah,
and I think Chennai is famous for many things. So your beaches and of course lots of food, which we don't get much in Pune, but we enjoy a lot in Chennai. So that's there, of course.
yeah. I've been in Chennai. Actually stayed in Chennai for around a year, so I do understand how the city is and what makes it really great. In fact, I used to say that Chennai is probably one of those cities which has got a heart in the metro. So if you compare all the four metros, probably it is one of those metros which has got a heart. In Hindi, we'll say dil hai jiske paas, wo Chennai hai. So this is what is the fact. In fact, I am a big Thalaiva fan. So
Yes, that's
hopefully,
also
and
great.
obviously CSK with Dhoni around, I think a lot of people love him. We hope that next time we can have better performance from CSK as well. But yeah, whatever happens is for good. They probably would be reinventing themselves with the technology coming in. Maybe they will need to bring in new young blood to change
Yeah,
as well.
they
Yeah,
would.
yeah,
Whatever it is, it's they are fascinated for the last 10 years. So I
yeah.
enjoyed watching CSK for a long. I see IPL majorly for CSK.
Yeah,
So
true.
yeah,
Yeah, no, they played good in the last three matches. I hope that they can come back again strongly.
yeah.
Great. So yeah, I thought that I'll take around 15 minutes. It's already 15. So thank you so much for your time, Surendran. I hope you're going to participate in a Diwali function which is happening on 7, by the way.
Yeah, mostly yes, I would.
Please do come. It's only 1 hour. I'm asking only
Sure,
one
sure.
hour.
I will.
Be
I will
there.
be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. A lot of people will get a chance to interact with you if there is a feasibility. Let's see how we can
sure,
make it happen, right? So thank you
sure.
so much for your time. Really appreciate spending some time with us. Okay.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the opportunity. Looking forward for the business.